Newspapers behind the papers from the stand. Analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is FAVOUR Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
It is a Thursday morning here in the city of Ibadan. Welcome to Kick-Off Sports Shows, the first half of AM Update. My name is OLADAPO Okunubi. FAVOUR Oloruntola, top of the morning to you. How you doing, my friend?
I am good, my friend. It's a very wonderful morning to be right here again.
Okay, well, it is more of what is happening at the Indian Wells. Andy Murray winning his first game, same as Angelique Kerber. Well, for Manchester City moving to the quarterfinal of the UEFA Champions League. Games are also going down tonight and the Europa League round of 16. Same as the Europa Conference League. We'll also be looking at, the preparation of Anthony Joshua versus Ngannou. But one man has been talking to Anthony Joshua. Go ahead. Pounce on Ngannou. Finish him. But it depends on the psyche of Anthony Joshua. But let us start with tennis on the show this morning. And going to Russian Belarusian tennis players who will be allowed to enter the Olympic and Paralympic Games in Paris as neutrals. The International Tennis Federation, ITF, confirming this on Wednesday.
Well, the ITF said players from Russia and Belarus will be allowed to enter in an individual and neutral capacity if they meet the selection and eligibility requirement, as well as comply with the International Olympic Committee IOC regulations. Let's not forget, Russians and Belarusians were banned from competing internationally following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022.
Well, affected a lot of players. And now let's move on this morning. Naomi Osaka said she feels right at home at Indian Wells as she returns to the tournament where she earned her first WTA title after missing last year's event while being on a maternity break. Osaka was delighted to be back at the Indian Wells with her baby daughter in tow. Following the triumph in Indian Wells in 2018, Osaka won the US Open last year. That opened later that year, setting her on the path to becoming one of the best known and highest paid athletes in the world. The full-time major winner gave birth to a daughter Shai in July, and after failing in the opening round of this year's Australian Open and Abu Dhabi Open, she made the quarterfinals in Doha. But now let's talk about another female tennis player right there at the Indian Wells, and she's none other than Angelique Kerber. Well, she has come out to say that, well, now she has to take her time, also focus, and be determined. She made it known after beating Petra Martos yesterday in the WTA category of the Indian Wells Masters 1000 6-4.
I have to be patient. I mean, I'm not a patience person, but I know I have to be because it takes time, of course. I mean, I started in Australia and I feel, okay, I need a little bit more matches, practice to get on my high level. This is, of course, this is what I need. That's why I'm really happy to win today and to have a few more matches again. But I hope that I will be back on my really high level where I really can play my best, and this is the goal, and I'm trying to improving, of course, every single day.
Well, while opening sounded like I'm not Angelique Kerber, but I'm FAVOUR with a flavor, let's move over to Andy Murray, who has begun what is expected to be his final appearance at the BNP Paribas Open with a smooth performance and straightforward victory, beating David Goffin 6-3, 6-2 on day one in the desert Wednesday.
Well, remember, Murray, three-time Grand Slam champion, former number one ranked player, now a number 61, never faced a break point while grabbing a share of Goffin's service games from the 3-all at the start. Murray surged ahead by winning the last 3 games at 10 points of the opening set on a cloudy afternoon with winds topping. And well, let's look at also this what Andy Murray is also saying here. He's about changing his style and focusing, also looking at what will surely, help him at the ongoing India Wells.
Yeah, I mean, that's been rare for me recently to win a quick match like that, but conditions here this year are very different from pretty much. I've always struggled here during my career, but the court is definitely faster this year. Much prefer the conditions, and yeah, played a good match. Well, I think like here the conditions, court is very jumpy, ball bounce is very high, and you need to try and use that to your advantage. And I'm a very flat hitter.
Former one, number one, Sir Andy Murray. You forgot to put that Sir. You just have to put that Sir. Right now, let's this is 9:07. Let's look at games going down today at the Indian Wells Masters ATP 1000. Lorenzo Sonego tonight will be up against Memir Kaminovic, as Shintaro Mukusuki will be up against Alexander Vukic, Stan Wawrinka, Bartosz Artemis Makak. Well, there's going to be continuation of games between Denis Kotlar and Kostan Lestinian, same as Dusan Lajovic to finish the game against the Emino Rusuvaria, Luka Poli to finish up a game against the Danny Atmaya. More games to go down today. Daniel Evans will be in action against Roman Safilin, Jacob Mensik against Seong Chang Hong, and Max Purcell taking on Gail Monfils. Looking at the WTA category of the Indian Wells Masters 1000.
Well, Emma Raducanu taking on Rebecca Masarova. We have Paula Badoza taking on Ashlyn Kruger. Katerina Shindakova will be up against Great Mayman. Magdalena Franch will be up against Lucia Bronzetti, while Nicole Michela and Eileen Prez will be teaming up against Mareta Vundrusova and Lida Noskova. Nadia Podosrak will also taking on Ashlyn Kruger today. And we also have Anna Blinkova taking on Karina Pliskova, and Naomi Osaka taking on Sarah Errani. There are other games going down today as well, but we just leave it at that.
Okay, so moving on this morning and looking at more updates. Let's go straight to NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers power forward Evan Mobley is expected to miss at least 1 week with a sprained left ankle. The Cavaliers said a test in the Cleveland on Wednesday confirmed Mobley suffered the sprain in the third quarter of Cleveland's 105-104 home win over the Boston Celtics on Tuesday night. The team said Mobley will be evaluated in about 1 week. Now let's go about San Antonio Spurs being ruling out rookie Victor Wembanyama out of their game against the Sacramento Kings tonight because of a sprained right ankle. Well, Wembanyama appeared to roll the ankle in the second quarter of San Antonio Spurs' games at Houston on Tuesday, and it was subbed out less than 2 minutes later. They returned to start the third quarter and played almost all of the second half. Now looking at games decided in the wee hours of today.
All right, it was Washington Wizards losing to Orlando Magic 109 points to 119. Cleveland Cavaliers actually lost to Atlanta Hawks 101 points to 112. LA Clippers clipped Houston Rockets 122 points to 116. Philadelphia 76ers lost at home to Memphis Grizzlies 109 points to 115. Utah Jazz with a 2-point difference losing to Chicago Bulls 117 points to 119. Golden State Warriors, well, a wonderful game against Milwaukee Bucks 125 points to 9-0. That's 90. Portland Trail Blazers trailed behind Oklahoma City Thunder 120 points to 128 points. LA Lakers lost gallantly by 10 points to Sacramento Kings 120 points to 130.
Olote. Now let's move on this morning. Let's move on. We've got games going down tomorrow. Gallantly. Okay. Well, looking at games going down tomorrow in NBA. Brooklyn Nets will be up against Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers against Minnesota Timberwolves. All these games going down 1 a.m. as Dallas Mavericks take on Miami Heat by 1:30 a.m. Phoenix Suns will be up against Toronto Raptors by 3 o'clock. An hour later, Denver Nuggets will take on Boston Celtics, while Chicago Bulls will be up against Golden State Warriors by 4 o'clock. Same time, Sacramento Kings will be taking on San Antonio Spurs. Remember, I told you about Victor Wembanyama, who will be missing that one. Let's look at boxing this morning. Tyson Fury is advising Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury insists he will handle business against Alexander Usyk before finally facing Anthony Joshua in one of British boxing's most eagerly awaited contests, providing him his heavyweight rival comes through Friday's test against Francis Ngannou. Fury will meet Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship on the rescheduled date of May 18 after the pair's initial bout was postponed due to a cut sustained by Christopher King in camp.
Well, the man with the drama, that is Tyson Fury. But hey, Anthony Joshua, can I say I'm behind you? But just go
I'm
and
in front of you.
yes, go and enjoy yourself in the battle.
You know, if I'm in front of him, I'll help him to
Well,
punch
I would have loved to play this song. Let's do it again. But Anthony Joshua, if you say you want to do it again, which one do you want to do again?
Don't lose again.
Okay. Yes, he knows how to win in Saudi Arabia. But let's go to break, and when we come back, we go straight talk football. It is still Kiko Sports Show live on Solutions 939 FM. Well, for those of you online, remember you can join us live on Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Do not go anywhere.
Keep it 93.9.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
All right, welcome back to Kiko Sports Show on Solutions 939 FM here in the city of Ibadan. Now going straight and talking football, which shows more of what a lot of Nigerians expecting. Remember the Southwest Derby going down between Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos. Yes, going down on Sunday. Well, if you are not a Remo Stars fan, or if you are not an ex-Remo Stars fan, you will never understand how I'm feeling. And if you are not a current Sporting Lagos fan, you will not understand how I'm feeling right now. Lagos, here we come on Sunday, like House of People Sunday. But hey, let's talk about NPFL this morning.
All right, the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL board has fined Niger Tornadoes 3 million naira gaskia for failing to provide adequate security in their home game against Rangers last weekend. The Ikon Ala boys fell to a 2-0 defeat against Rangers. And Tornadoes, according to the NPFL, breached its framework by also failing to control their fans. Well, the Mina Club have 48 hours to appeal this decision, and the mother side are battling to escape relegation from the top flight. So it's double wala. You are trying to escape relegation and still have huge sum of money to pay the NPFL if it actually falls through. But hey, good luck to the club, and I hope that this appeal has goes to their favor and it's reduced actually.
You think
they should have learned from Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan.
What type of lessons? We don't.
Okay. Shooting Star is Baba in this kind of.
No, not Shooting Stars. When you talk about it's in short, you cannot say one team is good at causing trouble. We know what happened.
Especially with the fans. Actually.
No, it's just because maybe the ones you've seen.
Okay.
Go and ask the likes of Toby Adepojo, Gala Media. Ask the likes of Puja. I mean, you go to the northern part of the country where you see teams, they don't want to lose at home, and once they lose or draw at home, you see the fans rush on the pitch. But the decision of the league organizers, well, nice, and that we also hope that the team can also sit up. But also you need to look at the situation of the team on the table where they are. And if you are wasting money, Niger Tornadoes is 19th on the MPFL log, battling relegation.
So just let it slide.
But, well, they just need to win some games to be out of that side.
Yeah.
But, hey, you are paying the league organizers the
Like
money
it
you are
or
meant to
not.
use to prosecute games. We're going to break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Jose Pesario, asking how you doing, my friend, and saying thank you.
It's been a long day. Without you.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! I know sometimes it be like say, nobody send you, that's what I like. I did for you, my
I didn't know vex for me. Say I never call you since, but I hope that you are well. I hope your market sell. Every day I dey pray for you. Make you Baba, God bless you. I never forget you. I gon' forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest upon me. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. The money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's what I like. I did for you, my friend.
Okay, well, Johnny Drill, I almost said, you just said drill. Okay, but that song from Johnny Drill, but let's talk about a man who's asking, how you doing? Nigerians, how you doing? Super Eagles, how you doing? NFF. And that is Jose Pesario.
Well, let me start from the thank you message you penned on X. I want to thank all Nigerians and the entire press for the interest, support, and encouragement given to the Super Eagles while I was their coach. I would like to ask all of you to always support your players. These athletes give their all for the Super Eagles, taking pride in representing their country. The players make sacrifices to bring joy to you. The Super Eagles deserve all your support, which will be very important for the great challenges that lie ahead. So what are the challenges is emphasized?
Yes, maybe the first challenge is having to play under pressure, having to play, on some pitches that are not playable, and, so many pressure coming from the fans, expecting results at every point in time. But that was a tweet from...
That's a story.
Wait, calm down.
Okay,
Let us
sorry.
respect.
Okay.
Jose Pesario, MON.
MON.
Thank you. Favor, you're already there. Okay, so, but for Jose Pesario, this man, yes, he paid his due with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, taking us to the final, exceeding his expectation. Yeah. But it is what it is. We move on this morning, and let us talk about the Europa League games going down tonight. Okay, now talking about the Europa League matches going down tonight, starting at 6:45.
Well, AS Roma will be up against Brighton, while Karabakh will be taken on Bayer Leverkusen. Liverpool still very, very uncertain about Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, yes.
Yes, we'll be taking on Sparta Prague.
Now, talking about the game against Sparta Prague, remember, Liverpool is going on the road, and a man who is a World Cup winner in the squad, that is Alexis McAllister, has been talking about difficulty they may be facing in this game. But hey, for him, he has been enjoying his game. It has been up and down, challenges from Brighton to Liverpool, winning a World Cup and the likes. He never saw that coming, but is a man who's ready to face all challenges.
Yeah, we expect a very tough game. We know that they are unbeaten at home, top of the league.
Well, sorry for that sound, but hey, we still have to move on this morning, and well, still looking at some of the matches going down tonight in the Europa League. AC Milan will be in action against the Slavia Praha, and Benfica will be up against Rangers. Freiburg will be up against West Ham United. For Marcel, it will be a tough one playing against Villarreal. Remember, that game is going down in front, where Marcel will be hosting Villarreal. But now, let's move on the show this morning, where we also look at Europe. Well, looking at another set of games going down tonight, which is going to be the Europa. That is it the Conference League? Yes, it is going to be the Conference League game going down tonight at different centers in Europe. Remember, well, some teams are not playing in the UEFA Champions League. They will be playing in the Europa League, while some people will be playing in the Conference League. If it is more about the Conference League, what type of conference are they in? Well, right there in Europe. Well, remember, talking about the UEFA Champions League as well, some teams already booked their place into the quarterfinal round of the UEFA Champions League. Well, shout out to Manchester City for those who had to put their money in the right place, while some had to put their mouth in another place. Talking about the UEFA Champions League, but looking at the Europa Conference League games are going down tonight. Ajax will be in Netherlands hosting Aston Villa, while Molde will be up against Club Brugge. Well, for Olympiacos, Pireo will be up against Maccabi Tel Aviv. That is an Israeli side. And Sturm Graz hosting the French League on side. Lyon, Dynamo Zagreb will be up against PAOK as Maccabi Haifa taking on Fiorentina. Royal Union SG will take on the Turkish side, Fenerbahce, while Basaverta will be up against Victoria Plzen. Those are the games in the Conference League going down tonight. Well, for many teams, it is going to be more of not the time they should be expecting to see their players. Although, talking about Bayer Leverkusen, remember, it is a tough one. Not really a tough one, but what Alonso is also facing, having his players, some had to come around to also, support. But the way some players are already out, talking about Nigerian player who has been injured. I mean, he left. That is Victor Boniface. He left the national team, go to Germany to treat himself. But we are getting update that Bayer Leverkusen has confirmed. Remember, Bayer Leverkusen will be playing Karabakh, but they've confirmed that Victor Boniface will be back, very soon. Maybe that will also be something that we should be proud of.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. But now let's look at more of what we should also be expecting. Talking about stories and who has been sent back in and who is staying from a different side in across Europe this morning. Do not go anywhere. It is still Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 93.9 FM. Well, remember, you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page. Jump on our YouTube channel, Solutions 93.9 FM.
Manchester United will hope to bounce back from the derby defeat when they host Everton at the Old Trafford on Saturday afternoon, Week 28 kickoff clash. Bournemouth will face relegation-bound Sheffield United, while Luton travels to play Crystal Palace. Also on Saturday, Wolves will battle resurgent Fulham, while high-scoring Arsenal will hope to breeze past Brentford when both teams face off at the Emirates Stadium. On Sunday, at the Villa Park, Tottenham Hotspur will be seeking 3 points against United Emery's Aston Villa. Brighton battles Nottingham Forest at home. Burnley will be the guest of West Ham United as the Super Sunday clash will see league leaders Liverpool take on rivals Manchester City at the Anfield in a fight of the 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Monday night's football clash at the Stamford Bridge will see Chelsea host Newcastle United.
Hostilities continue in the French League on match day 25 this weekend, with Nice hosting relegation threatened Montpellier in a Friday night clash at the Allianz Riviera. On Saturday, Lorient tackles Lyon, while second-placed West will be the guest of Lens at the Stade Bollard de l'Élysée. On Sunday, champions PSG at the Parc des Princes awaits Lens. Le Havre face Toulouse, Clermont battle Metz in an away encounter. Strasbourg awaits former champions Monaco at the Stade de la Mino, while Lille tackles Rennes and Marseille trade tackles with Nantes.
Week 28 games of Italian Serie A start on Friday night with Victor Osimhen's Napoli hosting Torino at Diego Maradona Stadium. On Saturday, Cagliari will face guest Salernitana. Sassuolo will tackle Frosinone. Bologna will be facing an uphill task when they host runaway leaders Inter Milan at Stadio Renato Gallara, while Genoa take on Monza. On Sunday, Lecce will host Verona. Former champions AC Milan will be up against Empoli at San Siro, while second place Juventus trade tackles with Ademola Lookman's Atlanta, and AS Roma travels to play Fiorentina. Meanwhile, Monday Night Football in Italy will see a clash of Lazio and Udinese take center stage at Stadio Olimpico.
Okay, so ahead of the weekend, well, so for those of you who like to put your money where your mouth is or where your mouth, put your mouth where your money is, or where you put your favor where your AM updates is. Well, guys, you have to wrap up the show here. I'll be back tomorrow morning on the Friday edition of the Kickoff Sports Show. But coming up right now is From the Dailies, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. And remember, Mr. President has ordered that they should open the grain house to start sharing grains not across Nigeria but in FCT, Abuja.
I think I have to travel down to FCT.
You want to go to FCT?
Just to get little grains.
Okay.
From Ukraine, right?
Well, it is more of talk and do. It is not only about the promises, but let's see the actions. My name is OLADAPO Kunubi.
And my name is FAVOUR Lawrence, and I'll be back soon.
Can't you hear our children crying? Why doesn't it break your heart? Can't you see our people dying? When did this world get so dark? We're not perfect, but we're trying. We all need to play a part, 'cause things will never change. It'll always stay the same until we do something about it. Talk and do, we need to just stop talking about it. We must talk and do. Why don't you do something?
Yo, this is not a song, it's a statement about the state of a very lost generation. How could we let our little boys become rapists? And how could we let all of our love just turn to hatred? In the States we see cases of racism. White cops kill us cause we have black faces. And in Africa, I don't know where to begin. The same kind of murder, the same color of skin. And we don't care to use our platforms to make a difference. Prefer to drag each other on Twitter so we could trend. We filter all our Instagram pictures just to pretend like we're happy. True happiness only comes from within. And I don't watch the news cause it's all bad. Different days, same hashtags. Different names, different victims, same flashbacks. It don't concern you. May your children never also have to say me too. Amen. They ask me why I'm so consumed with community service. It's cause my community's hurting, my community's dirty, no one bats an eyelid. Cause everyone thinks it's someone else's problem to fix. And everyone prefers not to delve into politics. So why are we upset that the system's so full of ish? The nation that we need is our responsibility. The country we want to see, it starts with you and me.
Something about it, talk and do. We need to just stop talking about it. We must talk and do. Why don't you do something about it? Talk and do. We need to just stop talking about it. We must talk and do. Why don't you do something?
Where is the love? Where is the patience? Boy, don't know what is the difference. It done it too much, talking, looting and violence. Repeating the same thing, if you check, I'm not madness. We need a solution, time for some action. Too much talk, committee, no they function. The answer we they find, it ain't inside me and you.
Okay.
Now it's time for all of us to talk and do.
Come on.
Talking on the change anything. This is not the time for action.
Yes.
Talking on the solve anything.
Timmy Dakolo. Let's go.
So talking on the change anything.
This is not the time for action. Talking on the solve anything.
This place my home. This place my home.
No place like home.
We not gonna flip the blame. The leaders of the yesterday.
Talking on the solve anything.
Okay, the great song there, Talk and Do, something beautiful done by collabo of Timmy Dakolo. I heard the voice of Banky W as well too there. And two Baba as well.
Kuti,
okay.
A lot of them doing that there.
Okay, bringing our time to 933 on 939 solutions, and we are set to take you through some dailies, some national dailies this morning, especially the trending issues in some of today's national dailies. My name is Adetamola Lafenwa. It's from the daily segment on AM Update.
Well, my name is Favor Olorunthola. Well, I would say that song is a very, very powerful message, and not just to the government, but also to ourselves. You want to do something, talk about it, yes, but make sure that you put action to it and make it work. Well, the Vanguard newspaper and the Punch newspaper, the papers are flipping the pages this morning. I'm sure Laffy has the ones to take in.
I've got the Nation and the Nigerian Tribune with me this morning.
Let me start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Thierry Sanusi, I thought I would die before Wigwe. Page 8. Okay. And we have this one, Edo Guba. Shuaibu served impeachment notice as Oshiomhole denies involvement. CRPP condemns move. Shuaibu keeps mum, consults his lawyers. NLC-TUC issues 7-day ultimatum to Soludo over workers' welfare. You can get that story on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. We are determined to consolidate our 2023 superior performance NPA. There are other stories underneath that, but let me move over to the bloodbath in Benue. 50 killed as militia gangs go to war. Now, on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, Tinubu has clear strategy to reform economy, says Begudu. And we have FG threatened to revoke Disco's licenses over poor supply. This should be a threat, not that should actually be done, not the talk and do kind of scenario that we've been getting so far. So let it work, and then we have light in Nigeria.
Okay, moving to the Nation newspaper this morning. I have this one saying APC draws battle line with governor over 16 lawmakers. That story is found on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. Controversy trails killing of 30 in Benue, family of 7 wiped out. That start story is found on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And still taking stories from the CAP headlines, 21 of 24 lawmakers sign Shaibu's impeachment notice. That story is found on page 2. And another one says, President pays glowing tributes to Herbert Wigwe. That story is found on page 27. Moving to the biggest story on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. Outages. Minister threatens discourse with license revocation. And there are 2 riders under that caption. The first one says, willful non-performance won't be tolerated. Distribution companies TCN summoned. And let me take a few more headlines. Tinubu, Awolowo's legacies, principles live on. And the last one I'll be taking from the front page of the Nation newspaper says, UCH doctors on strike over attack on colleague. That story is found on page 5. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Nation newspaper this morning.
On the Punch newspaper, we have this. 24 states can't pay salaries without FG allocation. That's captioned on the budgets. That's page 19, with other riders here saying 24 states to pay 1.48 trillion naira salaries in 2024, but generate 914 billion naira IGR. Governors advised to boost IGR. Ondo, Yobe, Sokoto, Plateau, Niger, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Cross River Delta, Abia, others affected. Now we have additional wins. Awolowo Price says low productivity costs Africa 2.6 trillion naira yearly. Now to the envelope airline, the top one here, blackout, FG threatened to revoke Disco's licenses. Now on the cash crunch, CBN printing of 22 trillion naira under Buhari fueled inflation. Edun, that's on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. And then moving on, we have minimum wage, labor slashes demand to 500,000 naira. Am I saying this right?
Yes,
minimum
500,000
wage.
naira.
Labor slashes demand.
You know, it used to be 1 million naira.
No,
Their demand was 1 million naira.
We started from 200,000.
Yeah, then they moved it to 1 million naira. Now they are bringing it down again.
Okay. All right. Troops comb bushes for 101 abducted women. IDP homes burned. Every foreign scholarship beneficiaries lament unpaid 8th month stipend. And finally, 30 killed in Benue fresh attack. Send it to meet Tinubu, page 18 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, moving to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Let me take it from the bottom. And this is coming from Edo State. Edo Assembly begins impeachment process against Deputy Governor Shaibu. I think it's a stormy time for Philip Shaibu. Still taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune. Family of 7, 33 others killed as militia groups clash in Benue. And to the biggest story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, Africa turns out for Adesina's Awolowo Leadership Prize. Appeal Court affirms Abure as LP chairman, fines Apapa 1 million naira. That story is found on page 19 of the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu issues new policy directives to improve investments in oil, gas, page 15. And the last one I'll be taking says, FD threatens to revoke Disco's licenses. These and many more stories were found on the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, we have connection with analysts this morning, Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokbe, right here with us, so we can, give a very, very fast analysis on this issue. Good morning, sir.
And brother.
Right, it's a pleasure to have you here this morning.
It's my pleasure to be on this platform.
All right, good morning, sir. Good morning. Okay, let's take our stories from Edo State. Philip Shuaibu, the deputy governor of Edo State, has been in the storm for many months now, and it's becoming worsening for him. I mean, yesterday we got the story of the fact that the lawmakers, that means the assembly in Edo State, are making impeachment move against him. and it is in the papers this morning that 21 out of 24 lawmakers signed Shaibu's impeachment notice. Where do you feel this will end?
Does this surprise you?
Or let me say, will he be able to scale through just like Ayedatiwa scaled through then?
No. The fundamental is getting the numbers to sign the notice. They got an overwhelming number.
Definitely.
That is all. The moment they get enough numbers, required numbers, constitutionally required numbers, to sign that notice, the guy is, whoever is involved is a gunner.
Okay, let's compare the scenario with that of Lucky Ayedatiwa back then.
They didn't get the numbers. And even when they went to what do you call it, to the CJ, the CJ said they should go and vacate the order of the Federal High Court in Abuja. So that was why they were doing the back and forth. And of course, the guy was lucky. He got the cover of he got the president's cover, you know. So he had this passage to walk through. And of course, you know, the president is the national, he is the chief security officer. He must have the medical report of what was happening. You understand? And then, if Ayedatiwa was impeached then, who was going to appoint the deputy? Who? The then sick governor? Was it the then sick governor that was going to appoint the deputy governor? You understand? So that is just it. It was not a tidy situation. A governor that was in Germany, a governor that was sick, was it the one that was going to appoint his deputy? So they would just have muddled things up, and they could have thrown the state into even more problems. But in Shaibu's case, it's just a straightforward thing. I must give credit to Obaseki. Obaseki, who is not a politician. I don't think Obaseki is still a politician, but he has managed the processes. No, he's not. You know, he's a professional, but he has managed the processes very, very well. Look at how he delivered the ticket to
Igodalo.
He went. You know, the only man that could be a danger to him. He went to Abuja and sorted himself out with the former governor of Rivers State, and that one stayed out of the fray. Of course, it is common sense. He should not add the root to his problems. So, the family in control. It's a matter of routine. That guy is a gunner.
Okay, comrade, I know you have worked at Assembly, the House of Assembly before, the National Assembly before, and you know the proceedings there. For anyone to be impeached, there must be some offenses committed. Do you feel Philip Shaibu has committed any of such offenses that warrant impeachment?
My dear brother, it is not a matter of me feeling or you or anybody else feeling. It is the Constitution says impeachable, and that impeachable offenses will be determined by that committee as being fit. That is what the law says. You know, impeachable. And did you hear what he said? He said he reviewed, he swore to an oath of Official Secret Act, and he has infringed on that Official Secret Act. And in fact, if he's impeached on such grounds, he could possibly be prosecuted for revealing breaching the Official Secret Act if they actually want to pursue it and punish him. You know, so the Constitution is very, very clear on it. The committee will determine what constitutes. It's just like the Electoral Act that says, what do they call it, substantial compliance. It's just like substantial compliance with the Electoral Act.
But comrade, you and I know that in the past we've had a series of such impeachment whereby the House of Assembly will just come up with allegations and they will skate through with such. Once maybe the person is having a problem with the sitting governor. they have a way of doing this thing to come up with such offense. That's why I'm asking you, has he really done any impeachable offense to warrant his impeachment?
It is not in my purview to determine whether Philip Shaibu has committed impeachable offenses. That will be in the purview of the committee that he has been accused. You understand?
My question now is, I'm talking about the credibility of such committees. We've had some of such committees formed in the past where they just come up with allegations just to get that person out of office. You and I know this.
What credibility? Do they need credibility? They are given an assignment. They get the job done. It is political. You know it is political now, and anything that is political, just put it together, package it, and deliver. It's straightforward. They have a mandate. Go and check. When they consider the impeachment committee, you go and check the committee up and do due diligence on members of the committee. You will see where they lie. They will of course find somebody to stand there and look like Mr. Clean, but it's never clean. It was done in Oyo State.
Yeah, that was how I was driving.
We know it was done, but of course it was an illegal one. It was an illegal one. But it's a political thing, and Shuaibu must know that this could end up in this way. He must have calculated his options and decided that this was the path for him to go. Well, I met Tinubu in his 8 years, had 3 deputy governors. 6 months to the end of the second term, he impeached 1 deputy governor. The last one they used was Ogunleye. Pedro was the second one. Mama Nadeku, he was the first one. A Buckner. So, this routine is political. Anything political, they will just package it and deliver it.
Okay.
Shaibu is a gunner.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about not something gone, but the hopes of Nigerians actually, especially from the Labour, and then we have states on the Punch newspaper this morning. As stated, we have 24 states can't pay salaries without FG allocation. There are a list of states that have been affected: Ondo, Yobe, Sokoto, Plateau, Niger. We have Nasarawa, Adamawa, Cross River, Delta, Abia. And then also on the Punch newspaper, we have minimum wage, Labour slashes demand to 500,000 naira. Looking at what's going on with the states and with the demands of Labour, I just want to say, is this something that is still visible, or
is Labour not chasing shadows?
Not chasing shadows. Is this not just becoming a risible kind of demand from Labour? Will this ever come to pass with everything going on?
I am a bit now quite worried about NLC. I don't want to talk about Labour. I want to narrow it down to NLC.
Okay.
Or is it Labour? Okay, let's say Labour. They said they slashed their demands to 500,000 from 1 million.
Let's start from 200,000. That was increased to 1 million, then 500,000.
Okay. What's the meaning of slashing? How did they arrive at the 1 million naira? The Labour that I know of, they will set up a committee of technocrats. They have technocrats. They will call in people, pull people from outside, and do the needful due diligence, cost of living and all whatnot. And then they will submit a report, a technical report to the Labour leadership, and they will meet and they will consider it, adopt it. It must have been a rational, logical, quantitative process. So how then will you arrive at 1 million naira and then turn around to slash it by half? That means what you did in the first place was not rational nor logical.
It was a tentative kind of stuff.
It puts Labour in very bad light, and it makes Labour look quite unserious. How can I make a demand of 1 million naira? Yet, on top of that 500,000, they are still going to negotiate. So maybe they will now, at the negotiating table, they will now be pushing for 300,000. They are not going to get. They are not going to get. They are not going to get 75,000. Go and write it down. Minimum wage.
Now the question is, even if they get 50,000
The
naira,
states that can't even
what about
pay.
the states that are finding it so hard to even pay what is even on ground at the moment?
You see, the location of those states is a worked federal structure that we operate. Every end of the month, they gather the commissioners of finance in Abuja, and they dole out money to them. Rather than the federating unit or the subnationals contributing money to the federal port, our own federal system is upside down. And then those states, you understand? Those states, you see, the hangover and the consequences of military rule is still very deep-seated and deep-rooted, even in our psyche and our modus operandi. Now, you know the governors then, they were just civil servants to prepare budget, do a few things here and there. They couldn't initiate anything creative. They didn't even have a tenure. A governor in Western States spent 30 days. I do work. Spent only 30 days. Some spend 6 months. Some will spend 1 year. In the days of Babangida, 84 January, Kodekokola was there. By 85 August, he was gone to Ogun. You understand? So, you just have to pay as you go thing. But you guys have a mandate of 4 years. You have to be creative. But rather than be creative, what do our political do? They want to recoup their investment. Therefore, they embark on construction. Yes, construction projects bring in, generate employment and all of that and add value. But some of them will embark on white elephant projects and then not deep-seated things, not things educational. If you invest in education, you're not going to get results in 4 years, but results will come later. They don't want to do much of that. So they are not creative. They are not creative, especially in the area of revenue generation. If you are not generating revenue, where are you going to look at Ogun? Of course, Ogun is a beneficiary of the spillover from Lagos. The days of Jack Monday introduced huge taxes, and then the companies moved away from Lagos to Ogun State. That is why Ogun is doing that well today. But they have to be creative. They can't pay salary, and then they want the labor to pay. Labor wants them to pay 500. Yet labor is saying there must be no downsizing or rationalization. You cannot have your cake and have it. That's our reality.
Okay, let's take this particular issue before we round up today on the program. There's this story on the front page of the Punch newspaper saying that blackout, FD threatens to revoke disco's licenses. Now, everybody has been complaining about the poor power supply in virtually every area of the country at the moment. And now the federal government seems to be putting the blame on the doorsteps of the discos. Is the country generating enough electricity to go round to be distributed by the discos? Why is FG threatening to revoke their licenses?
Hello, comrade.
Hello, comrade. Oh, I think hello, comrade. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you because the network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear my question now?
I did.
Okay,
the power supply and the discos.
And the
government is playing discos
threatens to revoke
and
the license.
threatening to revoke their licenses.
Now, is it the fault
Is that
of the
a solution?
discos?
Is it the fault of the discos? How much power are we capable of wielding? You understand? How much power is generated? How much are we capable of wielding? How much our distribution network? How reliable? What was the agreement when the discos when they bought those stocks? What was the agreement? Rather than them investing. Look, the problem is not. The problem is those who sold the discos. They just, instead of getting technical, okay, why are the telecoms company not failing? Why are they not failing? Why are they thriving? It is, they sold those discos to people without capacity. It is just a man-no-man transaction. So that is that. Rather than government is still giving them money. Do you know government was still giving them money? That's a big problem. We should address the challenges that we have. We should stop deceiving ourselves. We should stop deceiving ourselves. We know the challenges, so we should stop deceiving ourselves. If we collect, it's just the same thing in the oil industry. We should stop deceiving ourselves. The challenges are known. The discos are not capable, but threatening them with revocation is no solution. He called a meeting on Tuesday. The minister called a meeting of stakeholders on Tuesday. And I do hope they will honestly address the challenges that we are confronted with. I can't remember. Yes, power will be restored maybe 1 hour, and then off it goes again. And when you come back home and ask, was that power supply? They will say they flashed it. I can't even recount how long now. It is well over 1 month that this has been on. It is very, I mean, how does an economy thrive? An economy. How does it thrive? People will buy diesel at 2,000 naira, or you buy PMS at 600 naira, and of course they will pass the cost to the consumer. A consumer that is groaning under low income, under shrinking capacity of purchasing power. That same consumer. Challenging times indeed, my dear comrade brother and sister.
All right.
We hope that this is all resolved very soon. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Do have a most fruitful day. God bless you.
All right.
God bless you.
We can't take comments today and can't take calls because we have to leave right this moment. Well, like I said before, when we started the program, when you want to do something, you can say it, but always take action so that you can succeed. My name is Favor Olorontola.
And my name is Adedamola Lafenwa. Good morning.
Can't you hear our children crying? Why doesn't it break your heart? Can't you see our people dying? When did this world get so dark? We're not perfect, but we're trying. We all need to play a part, 'cause things will never change.